Welcome back to Gridiron Champs, your ultimate stop for everything football. Today, we're diving into the world of college football, bringing you the top 10 teams to rebuild in college football 25. We've got a mix of some mid to high-level teams who have fell from grace or never really made it to the top, and some pure underdogs just waiting for you to bring them to glory never imagined. Get ready to roll up your sleeves and hit the recruiting trail because these rebuilds are about to get real. Let's get after it and build some dynasties. Get ready for a wild ride with an underdog that's packing serious heat. Liberty University. This scrappy squad may not be a traditional powerhouse, but they've got two dynamite players in the top 100 of the entire game. Say hello to Kaidon Salter, your dynamite QB, and Quentin Cooley, the running back sensation. Both rock an overall rating of 90, with their awareness and acceleration also blazing in the 90s. With these two studs leading the charge in a smaller conference, you're set to rack up those wins and attract top recruits for the next season. Plus, Liberty's got some killer uniform combos to mix and match, and their stadium just got a major facelift with even more upgrades on the way. It's time to let Liberty's flames burn bright. Next up, we're diving into a big-time school that's been flying under the radar lately, even though they've got a trophy case that would make any college football fan do a double take. They're sitting pretty at number 10 on the all-time list for most national championships. Got any guesses? It's the Minnesota Golden Gophers, rocking 6 national titles. Their last championship run was way back in 1960, so it's been a hot minute since they ruled the roost. But hold on to your hats, folks, because this season they've got a shiny new QB transfer, a running back who's ready to rumble, and a linebacker who's all about making those big plays. The Golden Gophers are geared up to make some noise in the Big Ten. Sure, they've got their work cut out for them, and keeping pace with the conference giants will be no walk in the park. But with this kind of talent, you just might see them surprise a few folks this season. They also have an amazing stadium to give a great vibe during home games. Also, let's not forget they have countless uniform combinations to always make sure you are keeping it fresh. Next up on the underdog list, we have James Madison University. The JMU Dukes are new to the FBS, but maybe you can be the one to bring them to greatness. JMU might not have that marquee name yet, but they're smack dab in one of the best recruiting hotbeds in the country. Year after year, top talent emerges from Virginia, and you're bound to uncover some 3 or 4-star gems who outperform their rankings. EA Sports already gave us the lowdown that staying close to home will often hold more weight for lower-rated recruits, but of course, every player is different. With that in mind, you've got a great shot at scooping up some overlooked local talent who could catapult your team to the top of the college football world. So who's ready to turn the JMU Dukes into champions? Next up, we've got a legendary program that has consistently set the bar high and still commands respect across the college football landscape. That team is the Nebraska Cornhuskers. Nebraska's got some serious firepower this season. Freshman phenom and 5-star quarterback Dylan Raiola is ready to lead the charge. Plus, they've snagged some heavy hitters in the transfer portal with running back Dante Dowdell from Oregon and wide receiver Jamo Banks from Wake Forest. The O-line, a cornerstone of any great team, is looking rock solid with 3 returning starters and the addition of Florida transfer Micah Mazakua. Now, let's talk defense. Last season, these guys were tough as nails, holding teams to just 18.3 points per game. To put that in perspective, only Michigan and Colorado managed to put up more than 24 points against them. The defense is set to be even fiercer this year. Recruiting and having some name recognition at Nebraska shouldn't be a problem. And let's not forget about Memorial Stadium. It's an underrated gem and one of the premier venues in college football. The Cornhuskers are ready to make some noise. Next up, we've got another underdog team, Kennesaw State. They're new to the FBS world, but they've got talent to spare. EA Sports even says the metro Atlanta area is a pipeline of its own, which is a big plus of choosing the Owls. Sure, you'll be competing with the big dogs in the SEC and the ACC for top talent, but you'll definitely find some diamonds in the rough close to home. If the pipeline is as good as EA Sports says it is, then there should be plenty of talent to go around. They've got a rich history with 4 FCS playoff appearances from 2017 to 2021. The future looks bright for the Owls as they aim to soar high in the FBS. The Owls are gearing up for their grand entrance into Conference USA this fall, marking their debut as the newest member of the FBS. After a transitional 3-6 season in 2023, Kennesaw State is ready to spread its wings. However, 2024 might be a bumpy ride with some big question marks looming on both offense and defense. The offense has some standout players like running back Michael Benefield and wide receiver Gabriel Binyard, but there are concerns about the offensive line and the quarterback position. It's going to be a challenging rebuild for sure, but if you really give a hoot, then maybe you will be the one to bring a national title to Kennesaw State. For our next pick, we soar from the Owls' perch to the Eagles' nest and land in Boston College. For starters, the Boston College Eagles have the color scheme of the Roman Empire. Gold, crimson, and white always gives an authoritative and important vibe. Also, Alumni Stadium is an absolute gem, a visual delight that'll have you loving every home game. Another plus to the Eagles is that, unlike the crowded football hotspots down south, the Northeast is up for grabs. With no major powerhouse teams dominating the New York, New Jersey, and New England areas, this is your golden opportunity. Step up with some sharp coaching and stellar gameplay, and you could lead the Eagles to soar above the competition. Imagine it. You can transform Boston College into the premier program in the region, becoming the undisputed kings of the Northeast. It's your time to shine, to turn the Eagles into legends, and begin to soar. From the wings of an eagle to the sword of a Spartan, get ready to tackle a tougher rebuild with San Jose State, known as a hotbed for budding upcoming college quarterbacks. The Spartans are the perfect place to scout an underrated 3-star recruit who can help slice through the competition and secure victory. With their unique uniform color combos, you'll be turning heads on the field. And imagine the bragging rights when you turn the Spartans into a dominant football powerhouse in California, leaving USC and UCLA in your rearview mirror. It's no easy feat, but Spartans are built for battle and never back down from a challenge. Next up, we've got a program that's a slam dunk on the basketball court, but is now looking to throw some serious Hail Marys on the football field. That's right, we're talking about the North Carolina Tar Heels, the working man's team. Sure, the Carolinas have always been a solid talent pipeline, but this season, the Tar Heels are bringing the heat. Don't sleep on them because they've got a sneaky good squad ready to make waves in college football 25. With studs like Omarion Hampton and Kaimon Rucker ranked in the top 100 players, they've got the star power to turn heads. With the right game plan and execution, you can catch opponents off guard. Time your official visits for those 5-star recruits perfectly, and a big upset could be your ticket to having those blue-chip prospects calling Chapel Hill home. So if you're ready to grind it out in the South and give Clemson, Florida State, and Miami a run for their money, let's get after it. Go Tar Heels. Now let's huddle up and talk about our last smaller school on the list, the FIU Panthers. Now, if you know your football, you know South Florida's talent pool is always teeming with future stars. There must be something in the water down there. With the FIU Panthers, you've got a direct line to one of the nation's top talent pipelines, plus those uniforms. Absolute fire. Sure, you might be facing an uphill battle, but thanks to the Panthers' prime location, you can snag some hidden gems from those Florida gold mines. Playing in a less fierce conference, once you land a few solid recruits, you'll be stacking wins and lighting up the Sunshine State in no time. Go Panthers. All right, squad, let's huddle up for the last call of our top 10 teams to rebuild in college football 25. This team is a former powerhouse that's fallen off the radar, but still packs a mean punch with a legacy of glory. They've snagged 4 national championships, are home to top-tier talent from their high school pipeline, and roll deep in a power conference. And, of course, they're legends in the art of the option offense. Can you guess who we're talking about? None other than the Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets. Lately, they've been overshadowed by the red-hot dominance of the University of Georgia Bulldogs. But here's the game plan. Your mission, should you choose to accept it, is to storm the ACC, punch your ticket to the college football playoff, and take down the Bulldogs when it counts to reclaim the Peach State throne and bring that national championship back to Atlanta. This won't be a walk in the park. You'll need grit, grind, and a whole lot of heart. But with Georgia Tech's rich history and prestige, start racking up those wins early and you'll make the Bulldogs sweat bullets. Imagine bringing back the glory days with that classic option football and rock-solid defense right in the heart of Georgia. Now, that's a storyline worth its weight in gold. Let's get out there and turn those whispers into roars. And that's the final whistle for today's huddle. If you had a blast, smash that subscribe button and give us a like. Drop a comment and tell us which school you want to see us rebuild. With college football 25 back in action, you're now armed with the playbook to decide your fate. Will you be the trailblazing pioneer for a fresh program or the redeeming savior for a school that knows the sweet taste of victory? Until next time, champs, keep it classy and keep grinding.
Nice work, everyone. Sharp broadcast. Really good. Everyone on the floor as well. Really a lot of hustle. I liked it.